This is the Ask Me segment. Thank you so much for sending your questions. One of the questions that I got is, why do we sabotage ourselves? How come that we set up a goal, we really want this, we make effort, we go on and get it, and then zip, hold it, don't go further in it, and we start sabotaging ourselves. And it's like, what happened? If I didn't want it, why did I make such an effort to create it? And I've seen this with people who have gone and put themselves into school and education, and they came out with $200,000 of or more of a loan, and then yet they get their degrees, they get their licenses, and then they sabotage it one way or another. They're not pursuing it, they won't go in it, they'll just say, I didn't want to anymore. Or they do something within that profession that their licenses are taken away, and their career is pretty much shot. I've known people who've wanted to be married and have children and create a family, and that was their biggest goal, and they got it all. Finally, they got married with the mate that they really wanted, and all is well. And then they begin sabotaging it by their anger and sense of entitlement, and constantly fighting within that system of the marriage. And finally, their divorce papers are there, and they're like, just don't want to be with you anymore. So you can see where people really want something and they do so much to get it and then ruin it immediately. Well, there appears to be some type of a duality where, although one part of us wants something and wants the success and makes the effort, another part has a different belief system. Maybe it has a different belief system in, I don't deserve this, or it should be another way, or I don't even know who I am in this space, where I know who I was without it and then I wanted it, but then now that I'm here, I have no idea who I am. And then the same type of anxieties of not knowing the uncertainty of the new way of being might trigger a lot of the wrong coping mechanisms, or the way that I used to deal with in order to go back. I've known people who wanted to be a certain way. They've worked so hard to get to that weight, and then they didn't know who they were. They lost 50 pounds, 60 pounds, started getting people to look at them and pay attention to them. And they were so uncomfortable with this attention that they started eating again and gained their weight back. So it's almost like there's a wish that we want, and then we get the wish, but we have no idea who we are. So it's important to build a new identity with this new wish. And sometimes we'll get the wish, and then we're trying to build the identity as it shows up. And it's scary for us. So role modeling after people who are in that position, looking at the best that they've created, and then integrating it into our system about who I am today as I've gained the new relationship, as I've gained the success of the new business, of the new body image that I have, of the new wealth that I've acquired, all of that. In that way, I can create my new identity, which is a combination of what I was before and who I was before, and some of those behaviors, with the combination of a new set of behavior that creates success in the new concept. So if a part of me is sabotaging, is because it hasn't been upgraded to this level, and it's still operating on some old level that was there, whether I thought I didn't deserve it, whether I thought I wasn't good enough for it, whether I thought I'm scared and won't be able to survive this, or whether I thought I got it, but it's not something that I wanted to have. So all of those are the different types of belief systems that, if I don't attend to it, subconsciously are going to come in and take away everything that I just built. So the awareness of all of these different parts that are coming together, and how each one of them may have a different need and comes together, and those needs have to be taken care of and negotiated for me to be in a new business, in a new way of a socioeconomic class, in a new way of a body image that I have, in relationships that I want to be in a new way of vulnerability, in a new way of success. All of those are new ways of being. When we have an image of creation of something, We only have the image of what what the outcome would look like. We might not have the vision of who would I be as that outcome shows up, and would I be comfortable with it or not. And sometimes we won't know all of it until we're there. So sometimes it's on the job training where I have to start integrating those places. Most people, if they're not watching all other areas, all the inner voices that are telling them what I want and what I don't want, and ignore them, deny them, avoid them, those inner voices, if they're not taken care of, they'll come in and will pay you the consequences. So watching, hearing, honoring yourself in all of those aspects will will be in a way that you will be able to negotiate, give those parts of you the things they want, and then integrate in the new system that you've worked so hard to get. Thank you.